Hi, Melinda here from Mindy's Craft Shack. Today I'm going to be doing a Hydrodip tumbler. And what you do with that is you get a bucket of water and your spray paints and you spray them in the water and you dip your cups in it. They come out with a marbled, beautiful design on them. So what I have for supplies today is I have my bucket of water, I have 3 different colors of spray paint, a drying rack, my gloves, and a mask. I am going to be doing this inside, so it's very important that you wear a mask. And I've just got a respirator mask here that I'll be using. So I'm going to adjust the camera down to my bucket and we'll get started.
Alright, so now you see my bucket of water. I've got my respirator mask on and I've got my spray paint. I've got a metallic rose gold, a candy pink, and a vintage blush. I'm hydro-dipping a wine tumbler today that I have lightly spray painted pink. And if you're wondering how to prepare a cup for hydro dipping, glitter, anything like that, go to my YouTube channel and you can find how to prepare a tumbler. And I will put the link up above. So I'm taking the metallic rose gold and I'm going to spray it in my bucket of water. I've already shaken up these really good. And now I'm taking a candy pink. And that spray paint, it does stay up on the top of the water. And now the vintage blush. I'm going to put a little bit more of the pink and a little bit more of the metallic. And then I'm just going to kind of swirl the paint around so it gives a good marbling effect. I think I'm going to add some more pink here. I want to get it really good and so it'll cover that up really well. A little bit more pink. Try to just, do it to where you think it's a good mix for you, okay? Now, when you take your cup, and dip it, you're gonna go at an angle so you don't get a bubble at the bottom, and because if you do that, it's not gonna cover the cup. So you're gonna put it at an angle, and when you put it in, you're gonna start twisting it, okay? So I've got it at an angle, and I'm just twisting it. And there you go. I covered it quite well. And then you're just going to take off and start shaking off the water. Okay, now I am going to take my mask off at this point since I'm done spraying. so I can start blowing off.
The excess water. You can take a blow dryer to this also, just have it on the cool setting. But I don't have my blow dryer in here right now. I have used a heat gun again on the cool setting, but that doesn't really give it the enough of the blow effect that you need. And you can see what a cool design that kind of put on there. And it's got that rose gold going through it. That's awesome looking. Very nice. So we're just gonna let this hang dry for a while. So that the water drips off, and I've just got my cooling rack or drying rack here. I don't have anything hooked up to it, so I can just hang it on there and let it dry on this towel. I'll let it dry for quite a while. You want to make sure it's dry before you put any epoxy on it, because if you don't, then it's going to, if there's any water under there and that bubble breaks or anything like that, then it's not gonna, the epoxy's gonna go around that water. It's not gonna cover it up. So you need to make sure the cup is totally dry and there's no water underneath that paint, so that it doesn't mess with the epoxy when you go to epoxy it. So we're gonna, like I said, let that dry for a few hours, and later tonight I will put the coat of epoxy on it, and I think we're just gonna keep it just like that. And so I should only need one coat of epoxy, but we'll see. And then we'll go from there. So I'll be back in about 12 hours to epoxy that. See ya.
Alright, so now I'm here with our wine tumbler, the Hydrodip, and I'm just going to put a layer of epoxy on it and let it spin and dry. You'll see how it looks kind of dull now, but once we put that epoxy on it, it just shines right up and just looks beautiful. Again, I do have my mask on, my respirator mask, and my gloves. I want to make sure I mention that. That's why I sound kind of muffled. It is very important that you wear a mask when dealing with epoxy. You can go right onto YouTube and find epoxy, people that have worked with epoxy and have had problems, health problems because of the epoxy. So it's very important that you protect yourself with wearing a mask, a good mask, and gloves, and they need to be the nitrile gloves. And you can get those right off of Amazon. They need to be good gloves, because you don't want like the ones you get in the dollar store when you're handling the epoxy. Those aren't enough protection. You want good heavy gloves. like they use in the hospitals. Alright, not much to cover that cup. And make sure you get your bottom nice and good. And we'll go ahead and start turning this. And then we'll take some heat to it. I got this torch, again, off of Amazon. And you'll just take the torch and run the flame over the cup to pop those bubbles. There we go. And then we'll let that spin for about 12 hours. And we'll see if we need another coat. If it's nice and smooth, we won't need another coat. If there's some bumps and stuff from it, from the paint, then we'll need one more coat. So we'll just let it spin and we'll go from there after it dries.
Alright, here is the final look at the Hydrodip. If you like this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. That way you can see more videos that come from Mindy's Craft Shack. Y'all have a good day now. Bye-bye.